It is short sleeve season.
Boop, boop.
And right now, I'm just going to show you a little what it's going on over at Snap Fitness. So you just see, look at those big guns. Look at that.
Wow.
See those shoulder muscles, Jenny?
I see them all the time.
Kill a bit for those.
Wow, shut up.
So white, my eyes.
Jenny almost ruined a little kid's
Oh my
birthday
gosh,
party.
yes. So I'm hanging out with my niece and nephew this past Friday night, and my niece's birthday party was Saturday. I was like, let's go jump on the trampoline. Within 2 seconds of jumping, my niece fell and started bawling and grabbing her elbow in like severe pain. I thought she like dislocated her elbow. I sat and held her. She wouldn't stop crying.
How old is this kid?
She is, now she's about to be 6 in like a week. And so I sat and held her. She wouldn't stop crying. And then I had to bring her into the house with my sister and a brother-in-law. And I was like, can you check this out? Because she couldn't like move her arm like straight. Kind of like the hinge of it seemed like it was stuck. And I'm like, great. I just ruined her birthday party because I was like, let's go play on the trampoline.
Oh, it's fine.
And so she was icing it and she was fine. But then my sister texted me before bed and she's like, Maddie keeps complaining about her elbow. Like, we might have to take her in tomorrow morning. And her birthday party was at like 11 a.m. Saturday morning. So I'm like, great. I'm just trying to be the cool aunt who went on the trampoline with the kids. And now I think I just ruined her birthday party.
The great thing is that people will say, how'd you hurt yourself? And she'll be like, Jenny did it.
Yeah,
and then
Jenny
you're like, they're going to call CPS all of a sudden. It's kind of like if your kid like falls off their bike and hits their eye and now they're walking around with a black eye, you're nervous to take them into Target because you know that everybody in Target's going to be like,
interesting. You're like, my Aunt Jenny skyrocketed me into the air because she wanted to jump higher than me.
I did tell my nephew to do the whole like crack an egg thing where they like sit still and whatever. And he couldn't really understand the concept, but I was like, get ready. You can't crack open. He cracked in 2 seconds and I couldn't even launch him at all.
He cracked
Jenny,
in 2 seconds.
You're 30 years older than these little kids.
Okay, well, they have to learn how to have fun still. Just because I'm older doesn't mean they can't have fun.
I want to run something by you guys. So you reminded me, we were talking about getting hurt or whatever. Something reminded me of, so we were in Hawaii on vacation last week. And so we're at the pool and there's this woman going around and she's offering some sort of like, I don't know, like a spa treatment.
Yeah.
So what's the spa treatment? Where you're thinking a massage or something like that. She's like, would you guys like a sound bath? Excuse me, what? A sound bath? Yes. It's very relaxing. Takes about 10 minutes. You just come right over here to this pavilion and we lay you down and give you a sound bath with bells and tones. I'm like, I kind of felt bad for her because I thought if nobody takes her up on this, she's not going to make any money today.
Yeah.
So I said, all right, I've never had a sound bath. So I go over, you lay down on your back, close your eyes. And then she's got these bowls that look like big giant soup bowls next to your head.
Like,
I love those things.
Bong, wong, wong,
Yeah,
wong,
bong,
wong.
wong,
Exactly right. So she's like tapping, bong, wong, wong, close your eyes. Bong, 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 wong, 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 bong, bong, wong, 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 bong, wong. And I'm like, I feel real relaxed. I mean, I didn't.
Yeah.
I was kind of like trying to not to giggle and just waiting for it to be over. How was that? I said, and I tried to engage. I was like, that is great. That was great. Those are different tones, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah. Some are for your esophagus. Some are for your blubbly, blubbity, blubbity.
What?
And I'm like, And Susan and I both walked away going, that's a bunch of BS. I tipped her $15 or $20 because I figured, she's there to make a living.
Yeah.
And I partook.
With her sound bath bowl.
You didn't feel like the vibrations going through your body and it like calmed you down a little bit?
No.
Really?
Honestly, in a word, no.
Especially when you showed up
it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, you showed up for a massage and you got a sound bath.
Yeah.
It is kind of like, I wanted somebody to really get this knot out of my neck. And instead you got
I haven't done a full sound bath before, but I've gone to like yoga where they've done some of that like afterwards, kind of like the cool down and stuff. Yep. And it does make me feel very relaxed, very at peace. Like I feel lighter. Like
because you're a hippie. Because you're a hippie.
I am.
You're kind of a hippie. You're kind of a tree hugger, granola girl.
Grounding season. Everyone get your feet on the ground first thing in the morning.
Oh, wait. Vaunt says there's somebody on the phone that has a comment on this one. Tina. Tina was talking about how they did the sound bath and it was all, kind of a bunch of baloney.
So
you were talking about a sound bath on your vacation and how it's all fake and a bunch of crap.
Well, I don't know. To me, it was just kind of like hooey. I would say hooey.
Oh, you'd say hooey?
I would say hooey.
Okay.
Because to me, it was like, okay, it was nice. And, it's like, okay.
It wasn't what you expected.
It was, I did it to be nice because, I wanted to make sure that she felt, that she was being, utilized. And I gave her like a $15 or $20 tip, but it was hooey. And at the end, she's like, how was that? And I'm like, it was great. But it's hooey.
Okay, so not only are you not being open-minded, but you're a liar.
Okay.
Coming in hot.
Tell me why. What's up?
Yeah. I mean, you can't just tell her it's great if it didn't work for you. She's an expert in her field. Like, you should tell her, hey, that didn't work for me. And then she can come up with something that's suitable for you.
Okay, I could see that. But to me, I just kind of wanted to be done. And I just kind of wanted to move on with my life. It just wasn't really my thing.
You just wanted to be done. Well, I mean, no one's getting better if you just want to be. That's not a proactive attitude.
Oh, I thought it was proactive that I go back to my lounge chair and have a Mai Tai.
Yeah. Tina, do you not agree with Dave about like sound baths at all?
Absolutely not. They're wonderful. Western medicine is killing us.
Western medicine. Wait, okay. I'm a big proponent of Western medicine. I'm on many, many pharmaceutical drugs. Mm-hmm. Everything from high blood pressure to hair loss to cholesterol.
Sure.
And a wiener pill.
Yeah.
I'm not on a wiener pill. I made that up. That's a joke. Okay. So what about Western medicine? What do you do?
Well, you're just totally over-medicated, okay? Like, these medicines were developed not to help us, but just so the pharma companies can get rich and make a lot of money. Like, I don't take any of that crap. I do reflexology, essential oils, herbs, and that's what keeps me healthy.
Okay. So you never go to the doctor. You're not on anything. You don't even do Tylenol.
Yeah, I'm totally healthy, and I haven't been to a doctor since I was 17. It's great.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
17. That's
wow. Okay. Do you have kids?
I do.
Do you are your kids vaccinated?
Of course not. That's poison. I'm not putting that in their body. Their immune systems can work on their own.
Well, how did you have these kids? Did you not go to the doctor to have like them delivered?
I went to a midwife, of course.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, I guess if that's for you,
I guess, yeah.
I do wonder. I mean, I'm not going to get into the whole anti-vax discussion because we're never going to finish that one. That'll go on forever and ever. Mm-hmm. But I will say there's probably a lot of people who disagree with you about not getting your kids vaccinated.
I mean, of course they do, but that's because they're brainwashed
into Western medicine thinking.
I will tell you this one, that I look at the people who are in the medical field, the men and women and researchers and doctors and nurses and practitioners and surgeons and experts who save lives every day.
It would be a lot of work if all of them were bamboozling us. That's a lot of people to be in on the bamboozle.
Yeah, but the issue with Western medicine is it doesn't get to the root cause. It's just treating the symptoms. I'm not saying people that are saving lives are the bad people. It's the people that are not trying to get to the problem in the first place before your life needs to be saved.
So you do that with essential oils and reflexology?
Absolutely, because it's looking at your core body, what's really going on with you on an emotional and spiritual level as well. That's what we're finding is, a lot of issues with your body have some sort of spiritual and emotional component.
Let me tell you something. If Bailey comes to me and says that she's got gout,
sure,
I'm not going to give her essential oils. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say you need to get down to the foot doctor.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? You'll probably fire up a lot of people, but you know what? I respect your right to be wrong.
Ooh.
And just so you know, midwives are medical experts.
Okay.
Well, nice.
I truly did not know that. Hey, good job. Thanks. Okay. Well, you can answer the phones, Jenny.
I'm not answering more phones. People are riled up on texting. They're like, get this woman off the radio. She's crazy.
Hang
There's
up.
a reason there's a measles outbreak again.
Hey, let's change the subject because we got Kendrick tickets to give away right now. Here we go.
101.3 KDWB with your chance to see Kendrick Lamar and SZA April 19th at US Bank Stadium. Just text the keyword STARS to 53921. That's STARS to 53921. A confirmation text will be sent. Standard message and data rates apply.
How do you play? That's what you do. Get on the so it is on the
iHeartRadio
iHeart
app.
app. It is a talkback.
Yep.
Open up the iHeart app, tap that red microphone, and just say the keyword is stars.
Mm-hmm.
You can put in name, I can tell a dad joke, whatever you want to do, but make sure you get that keyword in there. If you don't, then it won't work. So the keyword is stars. You want to go see Kendrick and SZA? Do that now. We'll be right back on KDWB. We'll play a little game called Password. It's coming up next, and also some comments on Tina and her anti-vax stance.
This week is it. The last week to grab your Kendrick SZA tickets.
Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Get ready by making KDWB your #1 preset on our iHeartRadio app.
Yo, what's poppin'? It's Kendrick Lamar letting y'all know.
Your first chance to win is 7:10 weekday mornings with The Dave Ryan Show on 101.3 KDWB.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
Going to be back in the 60s in a couple days, but today it's going to be cloudy and windy with a high of only 51. Tomorrow, partly sunny, a high of 55.
This report is sponsored by Rocket. Rocket is giving every home one address. Rocket.com, a single seamless home ownership platform to help you find, buy, sell, finance, even refinance your home. Everything you need, all under one roof. Visit Rocket.com, the new home for all things home ownership. Rocket, own the dream.
Don't you love when you walk into a room and you feel people are looking at you, but in a good way? I love it. And I know it's because I've been to Ideal Image for skin rejuvenation.
Jenny, you are glowing. You look great. My wife went to Ideal Image for cool sculpting and loved the results. My daughter Allison was there for underarm laser hair removal, and she was
What's happening?
What's happening? Hey, hey.
It's your girl, Weather Girl Jenny.
Jenny. Hey.
Web Girl Tina.
What's happening?
What's up, Dave?
What's up?
What's up, Fallon?
What's up? Hey.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time.
About that time.
To tell you about my favorite cheeses.
Cheese.
Now, listen up, everybody.
Yo.
Hey, let's go. I like Gouda. I like Brie. I like nacho cheese lathered on me. Lathered on me. Hey. Lathered on me. Hey. I like feta. I like cream. Provolone lives in my dreams. Lives in my dreams. Hey. Lives in my dreams. Hey. Gorgonzola. And then ricotta. Cheddar, 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 and burrata. Give me cheese with it. Every meal with it. All my ladies, let me see you eat a feast of it. You can't do it like me. I'm from Wisco. I eat so much cheese, I want everyone to know. What's happening? What's up? Got my tummy fired up. What's happening? What's up? Got cheese up in my gut. I eat Havarti. I'm on Munster and Swiss at the party. I'm bloated on the floor. But you know I'm gonna eat more. I like Gouda. I like Brie. I like nacho cheese lathered on me. Lathered on me. Hey. Lathered on me. Hey. I like feta. I like cream. Provolone lives in my dreams. Lives in my dreams. Hey. Lives in my dreams. Hey.
You probably heard me say that I'm knocked up, and now that you can see my baby bump, and yeah, you know my boobs are getting plump. I hope that there's a bathroom somewhere. I knew I'd have to wear some stretchy pants. I knew I might go on hormonal rants. I knew I'd want to eat stuff that I can't. I hope that there's a bathroom somewhere. Gotta give props to all of the mothers, whether it's your first time or this is another. There's a little thing that I have discovered. Just get out of my way when I gotta go pee. Ooh, 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 ooh. I just went a while ago. I'm feeling like I'll overflow. Pee. Ooh, 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 ooh. Even when I go to sneeze, I feel it wet between my knees. The worst is in my car when I gotta go pee.
Every morning when we're on the radio, we'll be in the middle of our show. You'll jump up and say you gotta go. I ain't gonna stand in your way. I really don't think that it's a joke. We don't want the carpet to get soaked. I blocked the door, I know I'll get choked. I ain't gonna stand in your way.
I know one thing is gonna be a bummer when it's 85 and humid this summer. I think this baby's making me dumber, but I know you can't spell pregnant without pee. Ooh, 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 ooh. When is it gonna end? The doctor smiles and says depends. Pee. Ooh, 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 ooh. I gotta run down the hall. I'm bouncing like a basketball. She's jumping on my bladder and I gotta go pee.
% off laser hair removal at idealimage.com.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have delays 94 westbound from Cretan to Huron and eastbound 35W to Hiawatha. 494 slow westbound Portland to Penn. Got a stall 169 northbound at Old Shakopee and moved to the right shoulder. 252 heavy southbound Highway 610 to Humboldt. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by eBay. Swapping out your tires? There's nothing like it. With eBay, you find the feel you're looking for, from smooth highway rides to grip for rough terrain. Get all the tires you need at the prices you'll love. eBay. Things people love.
Yo, K-pop fans, are you ready? It's your boy Bomhan, and I'm bringing you the K-Factor, the podcast that takes you straight into the heart of K-pop. We're talking music, idols, exclusive interviews, and even the real behind-the-scenes K-pop stories. Like Sebastian Garcia, a.k.a. Rufio Hooks, one of the writers of BTS's big hit, Butter.
Honestly, I had no clue that this song would be as big as it was.
Listen to the K-Factor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the K-Factor, and listen now.
Watch the Dave Ryan Show on YouTube. Just search Dave Ryan TV live on YouTube and the iHeartRadio app. It's 101.3 KDWB.
We are now 1 hour commercial free, and I want to go back and redo something we made a mistake on a little while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say we, I mean Vant.
Yes.
So what happened was we give you this keyword that you're supposed to say on the talkback feature.
Yes.
But we played the wrong announcement that said to do it a different way. So don't do it a different way. If you already did it, go back and do it again. Open up the iHeartRadio app, tap that red microphone. That's the talkback feature. And then you say something like, the keyword is stars. Now you're registered for Kendrick and SZA. The way there was an announcement on the radio that said do it a different way, and that's not the way to do it. But a lot of people did. So if you did, go back and do it. So we're off to a great start this morning.
Good start.
We're off to a really good
We got all
start.
flustered because we're talking to Tina, who doesn't believe in Western medicine.
Well, it was really interesting because I was talking about how I took, did this sound bath therapy in Hawaii. And I thought it was kind of, silly and whatever. But, okay. And she's like, it's because you are so addicted to Western medicine and Western medicine is killing us. And I'm like, well, do you have kids? Yeah. Do you have them vaccinated? Absolutely not. I said, we're not going to get into the whole anti-vax discussion, but there's a lot of people who want to get into it. We got a bunch of texts, but we're not going to get into an anti-vax discussion because that's already been settled, and we're not going to do that. But what do we got? Some of the text messages.
This text says, this lady is cuckoo bananas. If I don't take my insulin, I would literally die.
Someone says, I agree with the caller in many ways, Dave. Don't talk poorly of Eastern healing. You should try to stay in your lane of what you know. And then someone else says, this lady's off her rocker. Bye, Miss Essential Oils. Get out of town. Here's from someone who's educated here. I'm an OBGYN physician, and there are so many things I could say about Tina. The one thing I don't think gets talked about enough is how are people on social media who are selling you supplements and essential oils any different than big pharma? They're certainly trying to make money off of the things you have absolutely no evidence behind them.
Mm-hmm.
So, whoa. Someone else says, for someone who started her stance against Dave, stating that he wasn't open-minded, she sure had a lot of closed-minded ways of thinking.
She did. Isn't that the funniest thing? It's like, oh, you're so closed-minded. It's like, well, you only see things your way. Somebody said something really interesting. They said any medical treatment that you have to have an open mind for it to work is not an effective medical treatment. It's like when I take penicillin because I've got herpetogonochlamydia, I don't need to have an open mind for it to work. It just works.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay? All right.
You just know because the itch goes away.
The itch, well, it's a burning. It's more of a burning than it is an itch.
Sorry, we were unaware of the symptoms of that one. So.
All right. So again, I'm going to say it again. The key word for now is stars. Open up the iHeartRadio app and just say anything that resembles the keyword is stars. Boom. You want to add something to it? That's fine. And we will let you know if you won the Kendrick and SZA tickets. Remember, you're never more than 30 minutes away from another keyword and another chance to win. Welcome to the 60-story revolving Space Needle Studios. Tony.
Good morning, everybody.
Tony, tell us how you know Jenny and how we came to have you on the show, for those who aren't familiar.
Sure. Good morning, everybody. Well, me and Jenny used to work together at the Timberwolves, which the Timberwolves did very good last night, if nobody knows.
Yeah.
So me and Jenny worked on a little group called the Action Pack. We run around, we shoot T-shirts out of cannons, we do all the half-court shot kind of things. So I've known Jenny now since 2014, and we were working then, and then she's like, you're crazy, you belong on the radio.
Yes.
So, now I'm here.
Is it true that when I leave, you're taking over for me?
Yeah, it's
It is,
tattooed
okay.
on the back side of me. Yeah.
Okay, good.
On his
Good,
rumpus.
good.
Tony show.
We'll work on that, workshop that.
I get it. So, Tony, we're going to play Password. You
Sounds
are
good.
partnered up with Weather Girl Jenny. Vaunt is partnered up with Bailey.
Oh, gosh.
So the first thing that you're going to do, Tony, is you're going to take off your headphones, take them off, remove them. Vaunt, remove your headphones so you cannot hear the password.
Okay.
I will give you the password. Jenny will then give you clues. Bailey will give you clues, and you will try to guess the password. Any questions?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
Don't listen, Tony.
The password is tipsy.
Okay.
Okay, Jenny.
Okay.
You give the first clue on password.
Okay.
Jaquan.
Husband.
Oh, I forget to call him that.
Sorry.
God.
Okay. Bailey.
I can only say one word. Okay. Drunk.
Tipsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
All right. Keeping score. Bailey Vaunt team on the board.
I had it at Jaquan. I was like, I know where this is
good,
going.
because I was like, who's saying that song?
Yeah.
Everybody in the club. All right. Bailey, headphones off.
Okay,
Jenny, headphones off. Here comes another password. The password is apartment. Headphones back on, everybody. Okay. Vaunt, you won the last time, so you give the first clue.
All right, lock in with me, Bailey J.
Okay, I'm locked in.
House.
Yard? Dang it. Oh, gosh.
Okay.
One word.
Tony?
Small.
Cottage.
Very good. Okay, Vaunt?
Balcony.
Apartment.
Wow.
Nice.
By the way, you want to watch this action unfold just like on the game show channel, watch Dave Ryan TV on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay. So now it's Bailey and Vaunt 2, Jenny and Tony, unfortunately.
Zero.
That's okay. Tony, headphones off, Vaunt, headphones off, and here we go with the next password.
Okay.
The password is lube.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay. All right. Headphones back on, everybody. Okay. Once again, password goes...
no, we just go every other.
Okay,
That's
that
so
one's
I'll
fine.
start now.
Rules are for other people,
I
Jenny.
know,
Go
I
ahead
know.
and give
it
the first
gets
pass.
confusing, though, so I'll keep track of that. Okay. Lotion.
Body.
Okay. Bailey?
Okay.
Okay. Sliding.
I'm sorry. Time's up. Time's up.
know.
Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Jenny?
Hand.
Wrinkles?
No.
Okay. Bailey?
Thrust.
Loving.
Okay. One more. Jenny?
Gel.
Lube.
Yeah!
Because I'm nasty, y'all. I'm nasty.
Very nice.
You're nasty, but it took you 18 different words to
Well,
get
because
to
I've been
it.
married for 14 years. So.
All right. The next password is going to go from Vant. So Bailey and Jenny, take off your headphones. Here we go. The password is facial. Okay. Headphones back on. Headphones back on. Okay. Vaunt, you're given the clue first.
Ready, Bailey?
Yes.
Acupuncture.
Eastern.
Okay. Tony?
Spa.
Massage.
Okay. Vaughn?
Oh, damn. Okay. I was going to say massage. Oils.
Woohoo.
What?
Like what? Well, you said woohoo medicine earlier, so I thought, or hoo-hoo.
No,
Hoom-ha,
no.
woo-hoo.
No.
Okay.
Woo-woo. There you go. Woo-woo.
Okay. Tony?
Woo-woo.
Relaxing.
Meditation. Ah.
Okay. One more round.
Mhm. Laser.
Med spa? Gosh, I don't.
Okay. Last one. It's a tough one.
Forehead?
Facial.
Yes!
Yes!
Okay, it's tied up right now, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
2-2.
Okay. Last one. This is Tony headphones off, Vaughn headphones off, and here we go. The password is booger. Okay, headphones back on, everybody. Okay. First clue comes from Jenny, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, Jenny, clue for Tony.
Snot.
Booger.
Yeah!
Damn, that's right.
I almost was going to say something super random because I thought if I gave one clue and he didn't get it, you guys would get the next one.
Yeah.
And I was almost going to be like, foot. It's just to throw you guys off.
Damn.
Tony, yes.
Good strategy. Thank you, Tony.
Right.
Tony, what is going on the rest of the day? What do you got going on?
So I got to go into work. I got to interview some people. I got some work to do. And then,
Tony's a V important person at Amazon.
no, I'm not.
What do you
Nobody.
do? What do you do at Amazon?
I work for a communications department. So I manage a program across the United States.
How much more vague can you get?
Yeah, very vague.
exactly.
Very vague. Yeah.
We love you, Tony.
Love you guys.
Okay, thanks for coming in. We'll see you again soon. It is time for Dave's Dirt on 101.3 KDWB, where you're never more than 30 minutes away from Kendrick and SZA tickets. Next pair coming up in about 8 minutes on
The Dave
KDWB.
Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
All right, let's do the dirt brought to you by 612 Injured, Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. It is just about an hour away when they launch 5 women into space, an all-female crew on the Blue Origin. The most notable person on this mission is Katy Perry.
You think she's the most notable? Not Gayle King?
That's a loose term.
Oh, absolutely. Gayle King. Gayle King wouldn't be nothing if she wasn't Oprah's friend.
You're probably right.
That's
I
true,
mean,
but Katy Perry's also scraping the bucket trying to stay relevant
Yeah,
now.
true, but Katy Perry at least made it on her own back in 2007 or
You
so.
right. You right.
Okay.
Most people, when you say Gayle King, you have to follow it up with Oprah's best
Oprah's
friend.
friend.
So-
Oh.
I mean, it used to be that way. Not anymore. Whatever happened to Stedman? You never hear about Stedman anymore.
Isn't that like Oprah's man?
Yeah.
Is
but
he
then
alive?
people have always kind of speculated that Oprah's person is Gayle King.
That'd be cute.
I've never heard of this Stedman character.
Stedman's still alive.
No, I think that, and he wrote a book, and you talk about somebody who built his life off of being friends with Oprah.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote a book. It's like, okay, you would be working at the Gedney factory if it wasn't for Oprah.
Oh, gosh. Not the Gedney Factory.
The Gedney Factory. Yep. Remember the movie The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston in 1992?
Yes.
They are going to do a remake, and they're thinking about maybe Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. I don't know. We'll see. Benson Boone joined Brian May from Queen on the Coachella stage for a cover of Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody. And I think I found a copy. You guys want to hear it?
Yeah.
I love Bohemian Rhapsody.
Here we go. This was over the weekend at Coachella. That is a cool guitar solo. I just have to say. Box office over the weekend. Number 1 was the Minecraft movie. The King of Kings was 2. The Amateur at 3. Warfare at 4. And Drop was at number 5. A lot of people asked me about that movie that I recommended on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
That I watched on the plane, Strange Darling. I had so many people reach out on DM this weekend and go, what was the name of that movie again?
Did they say they liked it or anything?
Nobody said they liked it.
Okay.
If you watched it and you liked it, let me know. Send me a text because it was the best movie I've seen so far this year.
Oh.
And it's a low budget, very weird movie, but it's so good about a serial killer. And if I told you anything more than that, I would give too much away. Strange Darling.
We haven't talked about White Lotus yet on the show. Have you watched the season finale?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's been like a week, so I feel like it's okay that we can talk about it without anyone getting super, super upset.
Fair enough.
What are your thoughts? I was shocked by the amount of people who died.
Yes. I did not expect the people who died to be the ones who died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither. But also, like, I was pretty sad at like a few people that died. Like the girl with the teeth.
The girl with the teeth.
And her boyfriend.
Oh, she's from that one other show that you would probably like, Sex Education. Have you seen that?
I think I started it and I couldn't get into it.
It's really
but
good. Anyway, the girl with the teeth.
Isn't it funny, though? When you say the girl with the teeth, we know
who you're
exactly.
talking about.
And she knows she's got teeth. She's got big buck teeth, but that's kind of her trademark. And I've seen her on an interview somewhere. And she's like, yeah, that's just who I am.
She was pretty upset over the weekend because SNL did like a spoof of her and like had someone mock her teeth and stuff. And she said that she just didn't think it was funny and she thought it was mean. And normally she's been like a good sport about it, but she also has done interviews recently where she was like, literally, it's the only thing people talk about. They don't even talk about the fact that she's like a talented actress now. And so it's gotten to the point where she's frustrated because she's like, and she's such a good actress in that show. I love her character in that show. But nobody cares. It's just about her teeth.
She's just a good actress with the teeth.
But let's be honest. I mean, she chooses to have that. I mean, the first thing that you notice about her is her teeth.
Well, if she got them
that's
fixed.
but it'd be like the Jennifer Grey's nose.
Right, she looked like everybody else.
She'd look like everybody else.
Yeah. Right.
Well, I got no problem with it. A judge ruled on Friday in favor of the Menendez brothers who seek to be resentenced. They are, remember, serving life without parole for murdering their parents. So if they are resentenced with an opportunity for parole, they could be out as soon as this summer. So, okay. Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson's mom is still around. Her name is Katherine Jackson. She is 95, almost 95 years old.
Wow.
And she is not doing well. She's in hospice care. She had 10 kids.
That's a lot of kids.
Thought that was interesting.
Talented.
I watched it yesterday, and on Saturday, the Masters was, I mean, come on, it's golf on TV. Some people are like, that's the stupidest thing ever to watch. But we watched it. We were enraptured. Would that be a word for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It was really interesting. Rory McIlroy, which is, what a cool name is that one. What a great DJ name that would be.
Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy.
On the radio.
That's a good name. That would be hard to pronounce.
Rory you're right.
Yeah.
And let's see if there's anything else going on. Today is National Gardening Day, National Ex-Spouse Day. It's not a day to celebrate your ex. It's a day to forgive your ex and move on from any anger that remains about your relationship. And that is The Dirt, brought to you by 612 Injured, Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. You are about 2 minutes away from your next chance to go see Kendrick and SZA in concert. When is this show going to be? Because it's coming up like this weekend?
Yeah, it's
baby.
this Saturday, kicking off the entire tour at US Bank Stadium.
Okay. You're going to need to open up your iHeartRadio app. If you have not gotten it yet, seriously, you're missing out. Open up, download, and then open up the iHeartRadio app. Find KDWB. Give us a little preset. There's a little preset function. It's a plus sign. You tap that. Now we're a preset. And then I will give you a number that you have to open up the iHeartRadio app. And then when you do, there's a red microphone button. You tap that red button, and it'll say, okay, we're going to record your message in 3, 2, 1. And then your message will include the keyword.
Yeah.
Once you do that, you're done. And that's all you got to do. Simple as that.
While we stall for the keyword, can I read you this comment on our YouTube Live?
Yeah, please.
It says, haha, I'm loving Dave's sleeping in the studio look.
Oh.
I guess because of your hair and your shirt.
You're still not doing your hair like you used to. You gave up on it.
And your beard, you're growing it out a little bit more.
Really? Do I look like I'm sleeping in the studio?
That's
Like I
what
lost
said.
my, like they repossessed my home and now I have to sleep in the studio?
I guess
Is
so.
that's not the look I'm going for.
I think I've gotten used to the hair by now,
Yeah.
so I didn't think that at all. I thought you were
Actually-
going to shave your beard before Hawaii.
I never got around to it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually walked in here and you were like under one of those little like space blankets that looks like tinfoil. And I was like, Dave, what are you doing? You're like, I'm just stretching. I was like, okay. But that really explains it.
You're
you've
proud
been
of that
sleeping
comment?
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
When's the last time you
Okay.
showered? I know they don't have showers here.
Yeah.
I still live at home. Stop it.
Do you?
I took a shower this morning.
Is this your home?
I smell like Irish Spring.
You can talk to
Irish
us.
Spring.
You can talk to us, you know. It's okay.
I lost my house.
Oh, no.
I sleep under the board. All right. Now we're ready. Let's do it. It is your keyword to win on KDWB. All right. Here's the way it works. Open up the iHeartRadio app. That's the only way to do it. Don't text in because texting, I know that sometimes we mix it up, but this time it's not a text. It is a iHeartRadio talkback feature. The keyword that you got to read into it is humble. That makes sense. It's for Kendrick and SZA. Humble. Then you're good. So just say like the keyword is humble. Then you tap stop and you're good to go. So go do that to win on 101.3 KDWB. Jenny was all a buzz because she's like, oh, God, everybody this weekend that I ran into is talking about the Direwolves, And I saw her message this because we do like a group chat when we talk about the show. And she's like, the Direwolves. And I thought, is she talking about the Timberwolves?
No.
What's a direwolf?
No.
And so I was going to write back and say, what's a direwolf? And I thought, I'll just Google it. So I Google it, and it turns out that it's an extinct wolf that's been gone for like, I don't know, decades.
Yeah.
And it used to roam all over the North America area.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
The North America area.
Well, and they're large wolves. They are basically the kind of wolves you see in shows like Game of Thrones, where they can just like, you know, demolish cities if they were to invade.
You are ridiculous.
And
There's
so
no wolf that's that big.
We've seen this movie. It's called Jurassic Park. We
Yeah.
know how this goes. So I do not think that this is a good idea to start bringing back these extinct species. They're going to take over the human population. Next thing you know, we're going to be the extinct species.
Mm-hmm. That and like, because what if they do direwolves, then why not do the saber-toothed tiger? I don't want to die by saber-toothed tiger. That
me
sounds
neither.
terrifying. Or
Me
woolly
neither.
mammoth. That might be kind of cool, but I don't know. They probably got really big feet. And they probably are, they're bigger than elephants, right?
No, they're not. Where do you guys get this information? How big is a dire wolf? And by the way, when you bring them back, it's not a real dire wolf. It is like some sort of genetic mutation that resembles it, from what I understand.
Whoa. A woolly mammoth is way bigger than an elephant. It's
Is that
way
right?
bigger. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so what were your friends saying about this, Jenny? Because you're like, everybody's talking about the dire wolf.
I mean, the same thing I just said, that like they've seen this movie before. They know how it ends. It's
Yeah.
not going to be good for us as a human race. I don't
So,
think
like,
that we
why?
should start bringing back all of these extinct animals that could take over the world.
Truly. We're only
You guys
doing
are
it because we
ridiculous.
said like, oh, we'll bring them back because we can. But we shouldn't.
So I had a better question.
Mm-hmm.
What should be brought back? And I posted this on Facebook on Dave Ryan KDWB. I posted science brought back the extinct dire wolf. What else should be brought back? I'm going to go with the old school Pizza Hut with the checkered tablecloths and the video games over by the kitchen. Because remember, you go into like Pizza Hut when you were a kid and they had the checkered tablecloth, they had the red plastic glasses.
Mhm.
Remember that?
Yeah. Mhm.
And then over by the kitchen, they'd have a tabletop Pac-Man game.
Yeah.
Remember that? And they don't have those anymore. That's what I would like them to bring back.
You ever been to one of the buffet Pizza Huts?
No.
Like it's all you can eat Pizza Hut?
Yes, we used to have one in my hometown.
Those need to be brought back.
Well, that
too.
sounds like Pizza Ranch. Is that a Pizza Ranch?
No, it
Have you
was-
been to a Pizza Ranch?
I haven't.
No, me neither.
Oh, you're missing out. Okay. What should be brought back? Let me know if any of you guys have any suggestions.
I used to eat something. It was very similar, like a toaster strudel, but it was an Eggo waffle that had like the toaster strudel filling. And when I was a kid, I ate them all the time. They were called Fulls.
Oh,
F-U-L-L.
yeah, because they were full of some delight. Yes.
They were so delicious. They had like strawberry filling, blueberry filling. They had apple filling. They were so good. And now they don't make them anymore. And I wish they did.
What do you wish they would bring back?
I think that they should bring back the ball pits and the play areas at every single McDonald's because there's very few McDonald's now that have that. And it was the delight of going to McDonald's as a child. And I feel like the magic just isn't there. Okay, cool. You get a little toy and a Happy Meal, whatever. But do you get to go jump in a ball pit that a bunch of kids peed in? No.
Well, I mean, I think that's the reason they got rid of it because they tested those ball pits and they were filthy because kids get in there and do everything from like, I don't know, poop themselves, pee themselves, puke on themselves.
Part of growing
up. But that's how our generation got an immune system.
I mean, I guess you're right.
True.
So you find a hypodermic needle in the bottom of the ball pit.
Yeah. Now it's like every single baby carrier bag carries their long hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Just throw your kids in a ball pit, let them build up their immune system, they're going to be fine.
Yeah. And then they make friends there. They have the one weird Gollum kid that's like, hey, do you want to be friends? We're going to be dogs now. And they're like, okay.
I think they need to bring back Club Penguin. Club Penguin was like it's like the old school Minecraft. In the same way people go crazy about that, you would buy, I'm sure, Dave, you bought Carson a membership thing so that way he could get outfits and all the I guess it was coins. Oh, what a time.
Club Penguin. Wow. All right. So I asked on Facebook what should be brought back. And you can text us and let us know what should be brought back. Here's a bunch of text messages. Cherie says the original pudding pops. Please and thank you. Pop in glass bottles. Remember
like
drinking
a
Coke
Coca-Cola,
or a Dr.
bottle.
Pepper out of a glass bottle? Human decency.
Nice. Okay.
Walmarts and Targets with workers at the actual checkouts.
Oh.
Okay. I don't mind self-checkout.
Yeah.
I really don't. It's really easy.
I love it.
Sega Genesis and all the games.
Yes.
Boo Cruise.
Cruise.
Drive-in movie theaters and full-service gas stations. Wouldn't a full-service gas station be nice where you don't have to get out of your car?
I wouldn't even know what to do. I'd pull up and somebody would be there. I'd be like, oh,
That's what I love about New Jersey. Because that's the only state in the country that doesn't have, like, you do it yourself. So somebody comes, you sit in the car, you pull up, turn the car off. Can I get 20 regular cash? They'll do all of it for you. And sometimes if they're nice, they'll start like wiping your windshield down for you. It's so nice.
Full service. Well, that's what the gas station rubber hose is for. Remember the gas station rubber hose that goes across and you drive on it, goes bing, bing.
Oh.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
I know the sound.
That used to signal the person inside the gas station that you got a customer out front. Bing, bing. What should be brought back? 3-wheelers, okay? Kmart Blue Light Specials, Showbiz Pizza, Discovery Zone.
Oh, Discovery Zone.
what is that?
Sorry, I
What
totally
is Discovery
forgot.
Zone?
It was like a kind of like a giant play place. So like the McDonald's play place, but immensely huge, just giant Discovery Zone. It was so cool. There was like trampolines. There were like pits that you could bounce in. And it was so cool.
I think Allison might have had a birthday party at Discovery Zone.
It was
Does that sound
birthday
right?
party central for sure.
Another one, malls. What should be brought back? Arcades like the 1980s. Kraft Alfredo mac and cheese. And one of my favorite suggestions, Wendy's sunroom.
Really?
Do you remember the sunroom at Wendy's? It was toward the back, away from the counter, and it was like a sunroom.
I loved that room.
And they don't have those anymore.
Bring back 90s Nickelodeon. They used to have like the game shows, Double Dare, Legends of the Hidden Temple, all those like late night game shows.
Oh my gosh, Legends of the Hidden Temple was the best show ever.
I'm telling you, they'd come on at like midnight, but you'd stay up watching them those late nights. Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Do they still do like Saturday morning cartoons? Because I would like wake up and watch those all the time.
They're all cartoons, which sucks because there's no like live action programming anymore.
Tons of text messages. What would you like to bring back? And there's a bunch of people who are like old restaurants. Bonanza, which was an old cafeteria style, buffet style steakhouse.
Ooh.
Very affordable. My family used to go there to Bonanza Sundays after church. What should be brought back?
There's somebody says Cece's, a lot of restaurants.
Yep,
so
a lot of
Cece's,
restaurants,
all
yep.
you can eat pizza and pasta.
Fuddruckers is a good one.
Oh, I love Fuddruckers.
Fuddruckers gets brought up on the show once every couple months because
loved it.
we just talked about it.
So good.
It was the best because it had a condiment bar that didn't just include like ketchup and mustard. It was like nacho cheese.
Yes.
Just get as much as you wanted.
It was so good.
Somebody texted Blockbuster and they said, "Does Vant know what that is?" Yes, Blockbuster was so legit. We'd always get the popcorn, like the popcorn bag, so you can put in the microwave.
Yeah,
so good.
Mm-hmm.
Cream savers and sour Altoids.
Okay, cream savers were lifesavers, but had a creamy kind of a flavor.
Yeah, they
to
were
them.
like red and white,
Yeah.
but not mint. They were like, that creamy. Yum.
Okay.
Juanita says, Schoolhouse Rock, bring it back.
That's funny. There was Club Penguin, but there was another one, Webkins.
Oh, yes.
What? I remember Webkins. Didn't you have to buy a little doll and then you would bring it to life on the web?
A type of like Beanie Baby type plushie. You buy it from like CVS, like one of those aisles, and then you put the code in online and then you live a whole virtual world. Oh my gosh, these are unlocking memories.
Here's the one
about.
We can all get behind. Camp Snoopy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I agree. I miss Camp Snoopy.
Well, we can still go there.
But
it's just
not
called
the same.
It's better. It's better now, actually. When you think about it, Nick Universe is 10 times better than Camp Snoopy.
The
it
rides
really
are
is way
nicer.
better.
I just miss that giant, like dirty Snoopy bounce house. That thing was dope. That was always the first
The
stop.
giant, dirty Snoopy
It was
bounce
kinda
house.
dirty.
It was dirty. It was hard to keep clean.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you took your shoes off, you jump in that thing for like 15 minutes, and then you're ready for the day. Woo!
All right, what should be brought back? Baked Doritos, Circus Pizza, Godfather's Pizza Buffet.
Wow, a lot of these pizza
salad
buffets.
bar at Ruby Tuesday. That was awesome.
So good.
That was the only reason anybody went to Ruby Tuesdays, because of the salad bar.
Fruitopia to drink. Do you
Okay.
remember Fruitopia?
I've heard of it.
Oh, it sounds
Sounds
delicious.
familiar. At McDonald's, right?
I mean, it might have been. I don't know.
I'm pretty
It was
sure
a
that's
long
what that
time
was.
ago.
Yeah, like just a fruit punch, but it was just different than Hawaiian punch, and it was tasted so delicious.
Hey, thanks for all those. What would you bring back? Send me a text. Remember, you're never more than 30 minutes away from Kendrick and SZA tickets. Next one comes up at 8:10, so don't move or you're going to lose your tickets to somebody else. Let's do the Monday morning dance party on 101.3 KDWB. tickets. Next one is about another 14 minutes or so away on KDWB. Hope you had a good weekend. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. It felt like spring-ish, summer-ish this weekend.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Everybody and their dog was out. And when I say dog, everybody and their dog was out. They're out on bikes. They're out running around. They got their kids out. The playgrounds were all full. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I see a dog, by the way, did I tell you that Gavin got adopted?
Oh, that's good.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
you didn't.
Yeah. Gavin was the dog that I was looking at from Spot's last stop.
Mm-hmm.
And we really love Gavin. I just don't think we were quite ready. And I asked Susan, like on vacation, I said, should we get Gavin? And she said, I just want Josie back. And I'm like, okay, well, it's probably not time yet. But anyway, so Spot's last stop and Carol sent me a picture of Gavin with Gavin's new mama.
Oh,
so, and it's very sweet. I put a picture of her on my Weekend in 5 pictures. But I put a smiley face over the new mom's face.
Yeah,
because I didn't get permission to put it up there.
You don't know her.
I don't know her. She didn't know me. But you want to see Gavin with his new mama, it's on Dave Ryan Show on Instagram or DaveRyanShow.com under the Dave tab. And somebody texted a little while ago. They're like, so Vant stirs the pot.
Yeah.
They said, what is Vant really like? Does he complain a lot in person? And I'm like, no. Vant is great. Vant's great.
He's really great. I think he's a really great person.
He's got a lot of like youthful energy.
Yeah.
He's very encouraging, very helpful.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, Vant, will you help me with this? He's like, oh, yeah. And we'll drop everything to help me out.
Right.
Just a really nice, we love Vant.
Oh, we do.
He's just a, I will say though, I've never met anybody who douses himself with so much cologne. It's like it's like a fire hazard. Like I'm kind of afraid to like create a spark around Vant.
Yeah.
And if I hear him pronounce wooder one more time, because he's supposed to say water.
Yeah.
He's like wooder.
Yeah.
Get a drink of wooder.
Wooder.
I'm going to go nuts. I mean, I will say replacing Drake with Vant was such a big mistake because Drake added so much more to the show.
In the world.
And Vant really just adds like just this smell.
The smell.
But I mean, he's great.
He's just so nice.
He's just so,
Well,
he's so
he's
nice.
also like one of the hardest working people I know. So I like super appreciate him every single day.
Oh,
He's
of
always
course,
like, Jenny,
yeah.
how can I help you?
Yeah,
How can I do
always.
this? Blah, blah, blah.
Thank you.
He goes above and beyond. He's always doing like extra for us. So I feel like so grateful to have him.
Yeah,
as part of the
absolutely.
show.
Yeah, of course.
But I will say
Yeah.
every day
Every day.
at exactly 10:12 a.m.
10, 12 a.m.
he opens up a can of tuna.
Yeah.
And as if the smell isn't bad enough.
Right.
He doesn't just eat it with a fork or anything like that. He takes his strawberry milkshake Pop-Tarts, dips it in there.
He dips it in
like it's chips and
like
queso.
chips and queso.
But I'm hungry.
It's weird.
And then he just stares out the window for like 5 minutes. We have to be like, Bot, hey.
Yeah, it's like weird.
Focus.
It's kinda like, it's so weird.
But he like
It smells bad.
disassociates for like 5 minutes at a time. And at this point, it's kind of like, okay, from 10:12 to 10:17, we don't have Vant.
Yeah.
And
every
on
day.
top of it, we've got the cologne smell.
Yeah.
Now we've got the tuna and
tuna and
Pop-Tart
cologne,
smell
Yeah.
in
Also,
the
like,
studio.
what is he thinking about?
It's so strange. But
Yeah.
like outside of that,
Yeah.
literally would never
Just
trade.
a nice
Vant
kid.
for
Just a nice
one.
kid.
You guys
Yeah,
are so
no.
kind.
No, I agree. Because me and Vant came in like at the same time. So we're pretty close because it's like, came in together like twinsies. But
Right.
I will say, he is a little messy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
every time he's in my car, he pops in his 1999 compilation CD, Monsters of Rap, and cranks You Can't Touch This. Like, he puts his feet up on the dashboard, and then he rolls down the windows and sticks his head out like a dog.
Like a dog.
Yeah,
What?
mouth open, tongue
Like
out.
tongue out, yeah.
And then he starts howling, and then people driving by, they're like, hey, pipe down. And then he barks at them.
That's weird.
And then the last time he was in my car, he turned to me and he said, watch this. And then he pulled out a bag of McDonald's double cheeseburgers and a t-shirt cannon. And he started launching the burgers at passing cars. I don't know what comes over him. But he's a great coworker.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
great
great.
coworker.
He's just
Great.
Love
really,
working with you guys.
really
You're
nice
amazing.
guy.
Right back at you.
Best. Yeah.
So if you want to know about any of us, let us know because we really get along
Yeah, we're pretty honest.
for the most.
An open book.
Yeah.
I will say, when 10 o'clock rolls around, I cannot get away from these three.
What?
Fast enough.
Wait,
Really?
what?
Yeah.
Wait.
But other than that,
You
it's
love
just
us.
great. It is time to play Think Fast on KDWB. It is brought to you by Northern 1 Hour Heating. Let's get started. Bailey is playing host on Think Fast today. Who is going head to head?
Who wants to play?
Ooh.
Well, I like
That's
playing
a real
the
question.
game.
Vant is saying no, so I think it's
So
going to be
Dave
me
and
you,
Jenny. Dave and Jenny.
All right.
All right. This is, I decided, let's shake it up a little bit.
Let's do.
So this is a round called not containing. Okay. So I'm going to give you something that you have to name, but it's not containing a letter. Okay. Instead of has a letter.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So this is a movie title not containing the letter C.
Elf.
Mean Girls.
Ooh, Elf. Nice, Dave.
Thank you.
All right. A TV show not containing the letter F.
Seinfeld.
Office.
Oh.
What'd you say, Jenny?
Office.
No, that's got F's in
They
it.
both
Yeah.
contain
what am I
F's.
saying? Oh my gosh. Gossip Girl.
Brady Bunch.
I'm too late. It's fine.
That's okay. You guys,
Okay.
hey, it's
We
it's
both
new.
said F's right off the bat.
See, I
Seinfeld and
had
Office.
friends in my head.
Yeah,
so
so
I was like,
that-
well, I can't say friends. And so then I went to
So
the
you
next
was with
one.
a double.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Okay, a movie title not containing the letter L.
Mean Girls. No, God. Ah!
Wow, Jenny.
Titanic.
Epic fail.
Titanic. There you go, Dave. That wasn't really fast, but I'll give it to you. Okay, a TV show not containing the letter B.
S Creek. I can't say the full
Nice.
name.
Yes. Okay, Jenny's on the board. Finally. All right, a movie title not containing the letter K.
Psycho.
That's
Good one,
right.
Dave.
Yeah, Psycho. Nice, Dave. A TV show not containing the letter R.
Gossip. Nope. Nope.
Yes.
No, I was going to say Gossip Girl, then I was going to say One Tree Hill. They all have R.
Yeah. I got nothing. I got
Okay,
nothing.
we'll move on from that one.
Okay.
But I thought that would be fun.
That's good. I like
Okay,
that.
here's a new one. This is a category called starts and ends. So this is a word that starts with the letter Y and ends with the letter S.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Dave has 4. Jenny has 1 so far. Jenny, you're still in the game. This is a word that starts with the letter D and ends with the letter G.
Dog.
Yes.
Oh, very
Jenny
good,
with
very good.
dog. This is a word that starts with the letter L and ends with the letter E.
Lame.
Yes,
Lame.
Jenny.
Oh, good one, Jenny. Yeah.
Hey, this is a word that starts with the letter F and ends with the letter T.
Foot.
Right.
Foot. Dave gets foot.
Did he beat me to Vant?
Yeah.
Yeah, Dave beat Jenny. I didn't hear what he said, but he said it before you.
Foot.
Foot.
Fine.
All right. Here's a word that starts with the letter H and ends with the letter Y.
Homely.
Homely. That's a good one, Dave. What did you say, Jenny?
I said hooey.
Hooey. Well, I'm going to give homely because that's I feel a real world word. All right. Here's Dave. You're on game point. You're at 6. Jenny has 3.
All right.
Here's a word that starts with the letter N and ends with the letter E.
Nice.
Nice. Dave wins. Wow. I have 2 more of those if you want for the listeners at home.
Yeah. So if you're listening and we'll be quiet, you get to play this one by yourself. Here we
All
go.
right. Starts and ends. This word starts with the letter S and ends with the letter L. Dave?
Sail.
Ooh, sail.
Yes.
Sail. Oh, yeah, like a, yeah. I was
The
like,
boat.
actually,
The boat.
a boat sail. Okay. This word starts with the letter C and ends with the letter T.
Stop. You stop it.
Jenny.
Sorry, I'm looking something up for us to talk
got
about,
it.
so I don't have an
Go
answer.
ahead, Vaughn.
Coat.
Coat. Yes.
I said court.
I said cat.
Oh, okay.
Amazing.
Very nice. Of course you did.
Thank you, everybody. That is Think Fast.
Okay. Brought to you by Northern 1 Hour Heating. You are never more than 30 minutes away from Kendrick and SZA. Right now, you're 5 minutes away.
You are.
So don't leave because we're going to play a song. When we come back, I will have that keyword for you. Get yourself ready. Open up that iHeartRadio app because you're going to use that talkback feature. If you don't have the iHeart app, download it. It's free to download. It's super cool. It's got lyrics in there now. It's got presets. And it's just fun. You can take KDWB with you anywhere you go. You can take the Minnesota Goodbye podcast anywhere you go. And you can win tickets for Kendrick and SZA next on KDWB. There's a nip in the air at Dixon Farms, and we're bringing in a new crop that you're sure to enjoy. It's a special hybrid we've been working on for years, and now Dixon Farms has perfected it. If you like delicious cantaloupe,
I love cantaloupe.
and if you like Dixon cider,
My wife and I both like Dixon cider.
then you'll love the newest member of the Dixon cider family, a cantaloupe with that unmistakable Dixon cider taste. Dixon Cider Melons.
Dixon cider melons? That sounds amazing.
It is. Lay back, all the way back, and get ready for Dixon Cider Melons. This fall, after you get some hot Dixon cider, try some warm Dixon Cider Melon.
Yes, please. I've been waiting to give my wife Dixon Cider Melons for a long time.
I have to be honest, it didn't do much for me, but he really enjoyed it.
This fall, get some juicy Dixon Cider Melons. And trust me, you'll want some extra napkins.
Thanks, Dixon Farms.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Well, I'll be back, kids. Stupendous. Oh, boy, do I gotta go. Open the door here. Oh, pull down my pants. Oh. I'm in here. Busy right now. Oh. Barney! Barney! Come out, Barney! Will you just wait a minute? Oh, that was stupendous. Oops, here comes another one. Wait, my little dinosaur butt there. Coming! Here it comes, kids!
Hope you had a good weekend. Check out our Weekend in 5 photos on DaveRyanShow.com.
I got to go home this past weekend, and it was so nice. But obviously, on my way out, I swung by Holiday Station stores. As one does, fill up with gas, but also to get some energy because they've got a monster deal going right now for Monster Energy drinks, where you can get 3 for $7. And I was wired that entire drive, and I had to pee a lot, so that was fun. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Yes, you get a tiny little bladder. I totally get that.
I do.
It's true. We are just about 30 seconds away from your next keyword for Kendrick and SZA. So get your phone out. Be ready for the keyword. This is not a text in, so don't text this keyword. This is where you literally have to open up the iHeartRadio app and tap that red microphone, which is the talkback feature, and then you will leave the keyword there. Then you're all set. Show is this weekend, Saturday night?
Yes. US Bank Stadium downtown. It's going to be popping downtown on Saturday.
It is. It's going to be huge. Yeah. So if you want to get dinner before you go down, do you buy dinner before you go to the show, or do you get like dinner at the show?
I think to each their own, but I think most people like bop around the restaurants in that area. However, just be prepared for a long wait if you are planning on getting dinner anywhere near the stadium, because it is so wild down there for concerts, Vikings games, whatever.
Okay. You ready? Here comes the keyword to win. The keyword this time is snooze. And all you got to do, you don't have to spell it or anything. Just say, hey, the keyword is snooze, and you're in. So the iHeartRadio app, tap the red microphone. I know if you've done it, it's like, okay, we get how to do it. But if you've never done it, you tap that red microphone, which opens up a little recorder, and then you just say the keyword is snooze. Then you hit stop, and it sends it off, and you are set to win. And how do we get a hold of you? Don't worry. We'll call or email if you win.
We'll find you.
We are going to find you, so don't worry about it. Keyword snooze. Go do that now, and you get a chance to win Kendrick and SZA. And if you don't win it this time, another chance happens every 30 minutes on KDWB. Daily Bailey is coming up in a minute. What are we going to talk about in the Daily Bailey?
I have a personality test that's kind of like a think fast type game that you can also play along with at home, all to do with fictional characters.
So is this going to we figure out what that describes her personality?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I won't give it away because it would give it away too much if I explained it to you.
I gotcha. All right. We'll do it next on KDWB. Reach out for anything you want to text about at KDWB1. That's 53921.
The Twin Cities number one music station.
101.3 KDWB.
From the Custom One, MN.com Weather Center.
A little bit of a drop in temperatures compared to yesterday. It's going to be cloudy and windy with a high of 50 today. Tomorrow, partly sunny and 55.
This report is sponsored by Metro State University. At Metro State University, you can take advantage of the North Star Promise Scholarship. Free tuition is possible for eligible students. Find out more at the North Star Promise online info session, April 23rd at noon. Visit metrostate.edu/northstar.
Deciding on the College of St. Benedict and St. John's University was the best choice I've ever made. From the moment I stepped on campus, I felt welcomed and supported. I joined clubs that fueled my passions, participated in service projects that made a real impact, and found mentors who truly cared about my growth. Now, as I prepare to graduate with the job offer in hand, I look back at the amazing experiences and connections that have shaped who I am.
There's so many things about this story that I just love. I think even she admits there's some part of the story that's absolutely ridiculous. What happened with your husband that made you say, oh my God, we can do War of the Roses? What happened?
I hope she makes you smile. I found a pill. The way you made me smile on the other end of a phone in the middle of a highway driving alone.
I've just noticed that sometimes he comes home and he smells like a different soap.
And there was some sort of smeared substance on her shirt.
I keep finding pairs of underpants in our mailbox.
Knowing that he was there and then she disappears, knowing that giving her the side eye, giving her the look the entire night.
I can't help it that you're insecure about my past relationship. I have said I'm sorry. I've already apologized for that.
Yeah, babe, I hope he shows up in a 2 a.m. pic from a friend, hanging on to a girl to just rub it in. I hope you stay up all night, all alone, waiting by the phone, and then he calls.
So we met this girl, and she introduced herself as, she was like, hi, I'm Kendra from Days of Our Lives.
Well, after the fact, he's like, by the way, I was at Kendra's house putting in a backsplash.
Looked at our Target app, and I've never done this, but it shows all sort of the purchase history around Valentine's Day. We also bought this Reese's heart-shaped chocolate box and condoms.
I hope you both feel the sparks by the end of the drive. I hope you know he's the one by the end of the night. I hope you never ever felt more free. Tell your friends that you're so happy.
So I hid under the stairs just in case, someone was going to come over, but no one ever came over. So I was stuck under the stairs for 3 hours.
Like you did on me. Like you did on me.
And Kelly was hoping that you would send those roses to her.
Oh, well, if I would have known she was listening, I would have.
Well, of course you would have.
If you're this upset about it, why can't you just talk to me about it?
I'm going to get a restraining order or something now. Like,
come
this is
on.
one step too far. Like,
honestly, just get off my...
Every guy says, I told that crazy girl to leave me alone.
Yeah. He cheated on his wife, so can you really believe whatever the he's saying? Turns out that I'm basically the last person to know that my sister-in-law and my husband have been having an affair. Everybody else knows.
Sorry, I can't hear you guys.
I mean, how long do you think this is going to last, though? Because, he can pretend right now that the phone is not coming through, that the call's not coming through. Because he was so flat busted, he just hung up.
Like you did on me.
Student success.
Their dedicated staff empowers students and teachers alike.
Now hiring. See how HCPA helps students and teachers thrive. Visit hcpak12.org.
No more shaving, ever. Get up to 84% off laser hair removal at idealimage.com.
From the 612 Injured, High Merle and Lammers Injury Law Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have delays on 494 eastbound from West Bush Lake to France and westbound from Cedar to 35W. 694 jammed westbound from Long Lake to East to River. Across town, slow eastbound from 169 to Tracy. Heavy westbound from 35W to Highway 100. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. Macy's Easter sale has incredible deals on everything you need to elevate your family's brunch style. Host friends and family at your place. Plan the most fun Easter egg hunt ever and so much more. Come into Macy's Easter sale before it's over.
Yo, K-pop fans, are you ready? It's your boy Boomheim, and I'm bringing you the K-Factor, the podcast that takes you straight into the heart of K-pop. We're talking music, idols, exclusive interviews, and even the real behind-the-scenes K-pop stories. Like Sebastian Garcia, a.k.a. Rufio Hooks, one of the writers of BTS's big hit, Butter.
Honestly, I had no clue that this song would be as big as it was.
Listen to the K-Factor on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search the K-Factor, and listen now.
You can do more than listen on KDWB. You can watch The Dave Ryan Show. Just go to YouTube and search Dave Ryan TV.
Hey, guess what? You are never more than 30 minutes away from an announcement telling you you're less than 30 minutes away.
Yeah, you are.
Telling you that you are going to win tickets for Kendrick and SZA. Only 30 minutes away. Never more than 30 minutes away. Right now, 19 minutes away. I timed it out. 8:40 this morning.
Yeah.
You get another chance to win.
Yeah. Aw.
Stay here to win on KDWB. What's on your mind, Bailey J?
All right, get out a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil.
Ugh, more work.
Yeah, you're doing work right now. Okay.
Pop quiz.
All right. First, think of a fictional character. Go. Write it down. All right. Put it to the side. We'll come back to them. Okay. Now, think of another fictional character. 5, 4.
Unrelated?
3,
Okay.
2, 1. Okay. Put it to the side. We'll come back to them later. Okay. Think of another fictional character. Go. 1.
Jeez.
5, 3, 2.
I'm running out of fictional characters.
All
There's
right.
only 3 of them.
That's
in the
all.
world.
That's all. You only need 3.
Okay.
Okay. You have 3 characters in front of you. Okay.
Yep.
Now number them. 1, 2, 3. Which one's going to be 1? Which one's going to be 2? Which one's going to be 3? Up to you.
Okay. Doesn't matter what.
Doesn't matter which order, but number them. 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So number 1 represents your past self. The vibes, the attitude of whoever you put as number 1 is your past self. Dave, who'd you put as your past
Michael
self?
Scott.
Michael Scott.
Mhm.
Interesting. A past self. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Jenny, who'd you put?
Okay, I just realized I picked only cartoon characters.
Great. Amazing.
Okay.
Same.
Love
so
that.
I picked Jasmine.
Okay. Amazing. Your past self. Okay. Maybe you were a princess locked away
I guess so.
in your tower, sort of. Okay. Vant, what'd you put for number 1?
Also did cartoons. I did Blue from Blue's Clues.
Okay. So young. You were young back in the day, just like Blue. Okay, cool. So number 1 represents your past self. Number 2 is who you are now as a person. Dave, who's your number 2?
Donald Duck.
Donald Duck.
Kind of cranky.
Kind of,
Little surly.
Can't really understand what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
me, Donald
That's a
Duck.
nice one.
Yep.
I like
Mhm.
that. Jenny, who'd you put as number 2?
I had Pooh.
Pooh?
Winnie the Pooh.
You don't wear pants ever.
No, never. And I love to have my hands in honey jars. Or at
Exactly.
least having midnight snacks. So
And float around and just kind of go, ho,
just
ho,
cute.
home, Minnie the Pooh. Okay, I like that for you. Vaughn, who did you put as number 2?
I put SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, that checks out for you because you have a grating laugh.
I love my job. And
A grating laugh.
And I'm struggling to get my license.
Exactly. Okay, so number 2 is who you are now as a person. Number 3 is who you will be in the future. Dave.
Mickey Mouse.
You put Mickey Mouse?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, he is like 90 something. So in the future, you will be like 90 something.
He's, at least that. Yeah.
In terms
Thank
of
you.
timeline, that makes sense.
Mhm.
I don't know about like all of his other personality traits because isn't he just kind of nice? Like
Yeah.
what else is
That's what
Mickey
I
Mouse?
am.
Oh.
I'm nothing if not nice.
Well, you're
You're
going to be
nothing.
nicer
I'm going to be nicer.
in the
yeah.
future
Okay.
once you get out of Donald Duck's stage.
Mhm.
Okay. Jenny, who'd you put for number 3?
I picked Minnie.
Minnie.
And I looked up her characteristics and it says sweet, caring, and resourceful.
Ooh.
So that's who I'm going to be.
You're going to be in the
Okay.
future.
I can do that.
Sweet, caring, and resourceful. And you're going to wear a lot of polka dots.
And I think I'm okay with that too.
All right.
I need to change up my style. It's boring.
Vaughn, who'd you put for number 3?
Our futures are all connected because I chose Mickey Mouse too.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. We were all in a Mickey Minnie.
Yeah, we are.
road.
Wow. That's funny.
So you guys got to learn to be a little bit nicer then, huh?
Yeah.
I think we're pretty nice.
So again, number 1, who represents your past self. Number 2 is who you are now. And number 3 is who you will be in the future.
Those are fun. I love those. Who did
And-
you pick for your number 1? Who did you pick?
I picked Draco Malfoy, and that was the first person I thought of.
That was your past self?
That was my past self, which is like mean.
Yeah,
which
he is.
I kind of was mean when I was like littler. I was
Okay.
kind of mean. And then I picked Mrs. Maisel from The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and she's just like a funny lady. And then I also picked Mickey Mouse for my future.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow. And I
Isn't it
picked
funny?
Minnie. So all 4 of us. Mickey
How
or
this
Minnie?
100-year-old cartoon mouse
Yeah.
is so ingrained in our consciousness that 4 of 4 people in the the thought of either Mickey or Minnie.
Well, maybe it's because you're wearing the shirt.
And that could be
Yes.
too. Yeah, I'm
You're
wearing a Mickey Mouse shirt today. Yeah.
What's the year on it? 19 what? It says original
28.
1928.
That's
Damn,
when he was
28.
created. Mickey Mouse was created in 1928.
7 years old. Oh my gosh.
Really old. Anyway, that's the Daily Bailey,
That was
everybody.
fun. I like that one.
Thanks for humoring me. Follow me on
I
Instagram.
liked it too.
Bailey on
Thank
air.
you. So they're revealing a bronze statue of Joe Mauer. I don't know when it is. I saw it on the news yesterday, but Mauer's already got a statue outside
Yeah.
of Target Field. They had it all wrapped
It's
up
out
in
now.
canvas. Is it out now?
Yeah, because he was like there and like
Was it
presented
yesterday?
I don't know which day, but it's already out.
Okay. Can I
Yeah.
ask a question?
Yeah.
Totally random, because I see another story. Minneapolis is launching a year-round shared e-bike and scooter program. Cool.
Mhm.
I want to ask a question. I'm asking you listening to the show, but I'm also asking these 3 people here in the studio. I kind of want to get an e-bike. A friend of mine has an e-bike.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm not being judgy, but why an e-bike because they're a fitness person. I said, why an e-bike over a bicycle where you're working?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, because now instead of going 25 miles,
yes,
I can go 50 miles.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that sounds kind of cool, but are you allowed to ride e-bikes on like trails, like old railroad beds? Because we have trails all over, like the old loose line trail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Are you allowed to ride like the trail that goes from Hopkins all the way to Victoria?
I know which one you're talking about.
Are you allowed to ride e-bikes on those? Because I see kids do it, but kids are kids.
Yeah.
I think you can, but it does usually have signs that say no motorized vehicles.
Exactly right.
So that's why it's kind of questionable, but I think most people can. And I think most people don't ride super fast on their e-bikes, but I could be wrong. My dad has one. He takes it out all the time.
Yeah.
He loves it.
I've heard they're really great because you're doing the same amount of work. So it's not like you're saying, oh, I'm just going
Are you, though?
to coast. Yeah, well, you're still like biking the same amount. You're just going further.
But you're not pedaling,
You
right?
Can. No, you can pedal.
You
I think
can
it
pedal.
depends. It depends on what kind of bike you're getting.
You don't have to. You could just sit there and be a lazy butt.
But that's that's a scooter. That's not an That's not a bike.
I'm a little confused by that one. So I didn't mean to like change the subject so drastically, but I'm thinking about getting an e-bike. But
I think that'd be really good for you because let's be honest, you don't have a new dog yet. And you said that you get kind of sad not going out on walks without Josie. So I think this would be a good thing for you to have for the summer to like get outside and still do things.
They sound fun. Aren't they a couple of $1,000 though?
Yeah, they're pretty expensive.
Are they that much?
Expensive?
Somebody call Eric and see how much they are, will you?
Eric.
Oh, yeah.
Of
I've
the
got him
bike
on
shop?
speed dial. Let me call him up right now.
Boopy, boopy, boop, boop, boop,
What if
boop, boop.
Eric was listening? Wouldn't that be cool? And he's like, Dave, I can get you a deal.
Maybe. Eric, if you're listening, call.
Okay, if you sell e-bikes, then call and let me know.
Some random guy named Eric is going to call. This is Eric. You asked me to call.
Right. If you know anything about this, I think you're right. I don't think you're supposed to because the signs do say no motorized vehicles. But I think those signs were put up well before e-bikes were invented. So it means like no go-karts or four-wheelers, that type of thing. And let me ask you, if you have an e-bike, do you guiltlessly take it on trails? Or if you don't, do you give the stink eye to people who take their e-bikes on trails?
Someone texted in saying they work for the DNR. Yes, you can take them on the trail, but there are rules, and they sent us a link with details.
Oh, we'll check that out.
Yeah.
We'll talk more about that coming up in a minute. Next, what is one product that you have bought that has turned you into a total snob, like you can never go back to the cheap stuff? For example, they said good running shoes.
Yeah.
They'll never buy running shoes at Walmart ever again. Another one, good coffee. So instead of buying Folgers, you buy whatever is like more expensive. What is something that you've bought that you'll never go back to the basic one? So now you're kind of a snob about that. We'll talk about that in a second on KDWB. Stay here.
If you find a lower LASIK price anywhere else, OVO is going to match it while still giving you the best technology, expert care, and all the added benefits.
If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. HOLLISTER, yeah. HOLLISTER. There's a store, Dad, down at the mall, and you can smell it from way down the hall, 'cause they spray stuff on all their clothes down at Hollister. Oh, spend it. Hollister, down at Hollister. All their clothes are super cute, tees and tanks and camis too. Mom, can I please have a few bucks so I don't look like you? Employees all drink Caribou, either that or Jamba Juice. Take me, I'll be nice to you. All the gay guys shop there too. American Eagles over with, they're just so 2006. You can go but don't come in, 'cause you're so embarrassing. Me and my friends buy their clothes, then we grab our camera phones, strike an inappropriate pose, and put the pictures on MySpace. Hollister, down at Hollister.
Oh my God, Allison, give me a break. We're on a beer budget, you got champagne taste. I'm taking you to Penny's and then over to Pomida. You ain't wearing clothes that show off your booty. If you want to go to college, then you better well acknowledge that we gotta save some money. So what's wrong with dressing funny? I don't want to make you mad, but Walmart really ain't that bad.
If you take me to Walmart, then you're not my dad. Dad, can you give me $150?
What do you need $150 for?
I'm going to Hollister.
Hollister? They got great stuff down at Kmart. We're getting in the car. We're going to Kmart. Let's go.
Kmart? Just give me your wallet.
And family at your place. Plan the most fun Easter egg hunt ever and so much more. Come into Macy's Easter sale before it's over.
101.3 KDWB.
You can't make this stuff up.
2, 3, 4. What is something that you've become a snob about after you bought really good stuff? You'll never go back to the ordinary stuff. Let's see what people are saying. Good butter. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever had good butter.
I mean,
how do you establish whether or not it's good?
I don't know.
I think they probably mean like off-brand butter. I always buy whatever the cheapest sticks of butter there are.
Yeah.
I do not care.
Good olive oil. Okay. All right. Good vodka. Like Sky. Is Sky good? Grey Goose is probably more expensive.
Grey Goose is
Sky's that
great. Yeah, I used to work at a liquor store. So like Sky's like mid-shelf.
Is it
Grey
mid-shelf?
Goose is a top shelf.
Okay.
Versus like Kharkov, which is bottom shelf.
The bottom shelf.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Balsamic vinegar is something people won't go back to the ordinary stuff. Good coffee. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I say any coffee is better than any coffee is good.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely some coffees are better than others.
For sure.
Starbucks is undrinkable swill.
Oh, I like it.
There you go.
I think it's good.
Good dark chocolate.
Well, you had fancy chocolate in Hawaii.
We did. I learned something really interesting in Hawaii. I talked about it a little bit last week. We went on a tour of a chocolate farm where they actually grow the cacao. That's how you say it, the cacao. And then they like ferment it, then it turns into like chocolate. But Hershey's, which is what everybody thinks is chocolate, is not really chocolate. It's candy because it's 10% cacao and 90% sugar. So we think in our like America, we call it a chocolate bar. But in Britain and Canada, it's not allowed to be called a chocolate bar. It's a candy bar. So if you're eating Hershey's chocolate, that's what we're accustomed to, but it's candy. Craft beer is another one.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Okay, here's one that I really like. Airport lounge access. It's so much better with unlimited food and drinks. So if you're a member of the Delta Sky Club, and I have some friends that are, it's like, oh yeah, we walk in, you show them your card, and then you get all of the free everything as much as you want.
Free pretzels.
I mean, everything. Free bags of chips and candy bars and a buffet and meatloaf and baked beans and whatever you're thinking of.
I feel like also when you get to a certain level, like the Sky Club, or you start sitting in first class, you never want to go back. So you work harder to make sure you never have to go back to economy. You know what I mean?
You don't want to sit with the commoners.
Yeah.
Gen Pop.
Another one is TSA pre-check. Once you get TSA pre-check, you never want to go back to regular one. A bidet. Jenny is a big bidet
I agree.
promoter.
Bidet every day, baby.
High quality sheets. They say they make a big difference in your sleep. So if you get them down at Walmart, they're a bargain because they're $5.99. Great. But if you get them over at, Macy's, and they're $49.99. I'm making up numbers. I have no idea what I'm talking
There's
about.
a reason they're cheaper to purchase.
Right.
Yeah.
Good running shoes. Now,
I agree.
I totally agree because I used to run a lot. Believe it or not, I've run 4 marathons. I'm never going to run another one. But I forgot my running shoes on vacation one time. So I went down to the Walmart and picked up a pair of $6 running shoes.
Yep.
Oh, man, do your feet pay for that one?
Yes, truly.
And your knees.
And I do a lot of walking too, and it's same thing. Running or walking, you need some nice shoes.
You really do. Yeah. Heated seats in your car. They are glorious in the wintertime. You don't have them, do you, Bailey?
No, I don't.
No, sorry. Meat from the butcher. Some people have said, I don't buy meat from the supermarket anymore. It's got a crappy texture and taste in comparison. May I recommend Von Hansen's Meats? Okay, they do a great job. A good office chair.
Oh, yes. I remember I bought an Amazon office chair and it broke maybe, or I don't remember where I got it. I don't know. But it was so low grade and it broke maybe 2 weeks after I got it. And I was like, I don't want to do it. But I went to Office Max, invested in a real good one. Stop being cheap. Best purchase. One of the best purchases I've ever made.
See, that's the thing is like you get tempted to buy something cheap. And that's my wife, defined. She'll buy the cheapest, whatever it is, office chair, couch, whatever. And then it turns to garbage after 3 months. So, okay. Another one, wool socks. Okay, I don't get that one.
Wool socks are so nice, though.
Are they?
Once you have like a nice pair of like thick socks, your feet are never cold in the winter again.
Pillows is another one. They say, here's somebody who says, I bought a good memory pillow, foam one, and now hotel pillows feel like a sack of disappointment. And it's true.
Yeah.
If you get a good pillow, like a memory foam pillow, they're glorious. 3-ply toilet paper. 3-ply, not 3-ply. 3-ply. And then good shampoo and conditioner. So in other words, you don't go down and buy the Suave.
Mane and tail.
Is that good?
No, that's bad.
That's bad?
It's like for horses.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. So what are you a snob about? Is there anything? Also, we talked about e-bikes a little while ago, and we got some information on e-bikes. And the reason I even brought up is because a friend of mine has an e-bike. And I said, why do you have an e-bike? You're a fitness person. And she's like, well, because now instead of riding 25 miles, I can ride 50 miles. I'm like, oh. So I thought, it'd be cool to get an e-bike, but I'd want to ride it on like the loose line trail and the trail that goes through downtown Excelsior. But I don't want to be like getting the stink eye from people because you're not allowed. Turns out, from what we understand, you are allowed to ride bicycles that are assisted by you pedaling.
Yes. And because they're not motorized with gasoline, apparently then you can ride them on trails. And according to text messages, everybody does ride with e-bikes. And
they're somewhere around close to like $1,500, $2,000.
Oh,
that's
Wow.
That expensive.
Wow.
All right, we'll think about it. Okay, here's what I do have for you. I got tickets right now for Kendrick and SZA coming up this weekend, Saturday night. The key word this time is Bill. Bill. All you got to do is open up that talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app and say the key word is Bill. Don't text it in. That's not how we're playing it this time. The iHeartRadio app, tap that red microphone, say the key word is Bill, and you are in for the tickets on KDWB. Dirt is next.
The holidays are upon us here at Dixon Farms, and as the season of giving approaches, we understand how you want to find just the perfect gift for that very special person. And at Dixon Farms, we have just the thing. That's right, Dixon Farms, the people who brought you delicious Dixon cider, now bring you Dixon nuts.
My husband has no idea what to get me for Christmas, and he'll probably want to get me cologne or a new sweater. But I'm going to start dropping hints. I want Dixon nuts.
Warm, delicious, and slightly salty, Dixon nuts are sure to be a favorite at your house this holiday season.
I can just imagine it this Christmas, cupping some warm Dixon nuts in my hand.
I hear you, girlfriend. I love Dixon nuts.
And here at Dixon Farms, we realize not everyone wants Dixon nuts.
No. Dixon nuts aren't really my thing. But my mom, totally different story. In fact, she loved Dixon nuts so much that it started to put a strain on her and Dad's relationship.
But you might just be surprised who does like Dixon nuts.
Okay, I admit it. I sometimes sneak off to an out-of-the-way park or an interstate rest stop and secretly enjoy some Dixon nuts. Funny thing is, once I was at a park late one night and I ran into my boss. Yeah, it was kind of embarrassing at first, but it's great to know we both like Dixon nuts.
So this holiday season, almost anyone on your list will enjoy savoring tasty Dixon nuts. Order yours today. Due to cold weather while in the mail, some shrinkage of package may occur.
Hey, you guys, put down your smokes. You guys, put down your beer. We've got a game tonight. That's why another school is here. Tax the rich. Your mom is here, and so is your aunt. Straight from Fort Wayne's most prestigious plant. Go fight with all your might and act like you give a crap. Please direct your attention to the 50-yard line, where for your entertainment, the cheer captain will now get pregnant by number 32, Billy Bob Bodine. We had a chance to win tonight. We practiced hard and long, but the QB's got an injury. Set himself on fire with his bong. Wick, wick, wick. Indiana's from where we hail. Look, the coach just got out of jail. Hey, does anybody want to buy a washer? Come see me after the game.
Okay.
Another peek behind the scenes in Hollywood. Dave's Dirt on KDWB.
Let's check in with the Katy Perry space mission.
Woo!
It turns out that they have accomplished and completed their mission that quick.
Just like that.
So basically, I didn't know that there's no pilot on board that just flies totally autonomously, which there's nobody at the controls. There's nobody with a joystick or a thruster, lever or anything like that.
Not pushing a button?
No buttons. It is fully reusable and lands vertically in the Texas desert. It is landed 7.5 minutes after takeoff. So in other words, it's only a 7.5 minute flight. And I've got here's some of the recent audio of the mission. Here is a clip.
Basic research, but when there's private partnerships like this, we can expand the offerings and the availability and the opportunities, especially for students, which is wonderful.
On his mission, we're watching a replay of what happened moments ago whenever this all began, a very quick trip. So many people that I've talked to who have been, who work for NASA or who want to work for NASA, there's some moment that sparked that curiosity for them, be that science fiction or...
I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's just so quick.
It's so quick. Yeah. I thought it'd be like, 3 hours or something like that.
They go up there and have a milkshake or something.
It's truly like they tapped space and then turned around and came back.
That's kind of what it is. So I guess that's kind of cool, but also there's still something a little bit weird about it.
Could have been cooler.
Glad that it all worked out well. Kanye tweeted that Taylor Swift had sex with Justin Bieber and Harry Styles. Taylor then hit him with a cease and desist. And Travis Kelce reportedly wants to confront him man to man. I don't think that we should report on anything Kanye says, does, or tweets anymore.
Let's be done with him.
I really think that he's one of those people that somebody needs to rein him in.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to guess his friend group and his circle is all a bunch of people who are kind of like just hangers on.
Yeah.
That just tell him that everything he does is wonderful. Enablers, yeah.
Mm-hmm. We've had Britney Spears in a conservatorship, Wendy Williams in one. I do not understand how this man is still out here living in the wild when he does things like this.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very true. Speaking of Britney Spears, she landed in Mexico for a vacation, and at the airport, one of her bodyguards was carrying a baby doll in a pink blanket. People are speculating, does she think it's real? Okay. Rosie O'Donnell makes the dirt today. She has always believed that Lyle and Eric Menendez killed their parents in self-defense. She's actually gotten to know Lyle personally, and for now, for the first time in her life, she has learned to love a straight man. Okay? I think it really, if you watch the documentary or any information about it, there are people who say that they killed him in self-defense because they were abused all their lives and they thought they were going to be killed. And there were other people who were like, no, they killed him because they, wanted their money.
Right.
And if they really were afraid of their parents, they were adults. They were both at least 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They could have left at any time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation.
Weird Al was at Coachella, and he joined Yo Gabba Gabba on stage. Here's a clip.
I've heard it too many times to ignore it. Something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La-di-da-dee-da-da-doo, la-da-da-da-da-dee-da-roo.
People were complaining at Coachella. They said the lines to get into the campground were 10 to 12 hours long.
Too long.
10 to 12 hours long.
It's crazy.
That's some poor organization. It shouldn't be more than like a few minutes to get into the campground.
Well,
10 to 12 hours?
It's also not a new festival, so I wonder, I've never heard of an issue like this before, so I don't know what could have gone wrong this time.
They have like no one running parking. It was just like a flag out there, and you're like, where do I go?
If you watch White Lotus season 3, the latest one, which I finished watching the other day, it was really good, but everybody's talking about Amy Lou Wood. And she's got the teeth. And now you know who I'm talking about. She's the woman with the teeth.
The teeth one.
And it's really interesting. She's got such a unique look. She's beautiful, but she's got buck teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And your first thing is like, man, look at the teeth. Look at the choppers on that woman.
Yeah.
And that's kind of her trademark anyway. But she wasn't very amused when Saturday Night Live parodied her looks this weekend. They did a skit called The White POTUS. P-O-T-U-S.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. With President Trump and his family and other political figures as White Lotus characters. Anyway, she said, I did find the SNL thing mean and unfunny. Such a shame because I had a great time watching it a couple of weeks ago. Yes, that's what the show is about, but there must be a more clever, more nuanced, less cheap way. At least get the accent right. Seriously, I respect accuracy, even if it's mean. She has received apologies from SNL, but didn't say who. If you want to watch the skit, it's easy to find. Just look for White POTUS. Mickey Rourke. Remember Mickey Rourke?
I remember the name.
Sort of.
Is he a
fighter?
He was in a movie, I think, about a boxer.
Okay. But he's an actor.
He's an actor. Well, we'll skip him if nobody remembers who he was. We'll just go ahead and skip him. And let's move on to the audio. Lizzo debuted a new song during her SNL appearance this weekend. Here's Lizzo.
Don't make me love you. Don't make my heart beat out of my chest. Don't make me want you. If you just want something else, don't you with me, baby. If this ain't
For a live appearance, that sounds really good.
Yeah,
Lizzo.
she's a talented lady.
She also looks really good. I don't know if she lost her weight like naturally or she's been doing like GLP-1 things or whatever.
Yeah, I think she said it was Ozempic.
I think
right?
that's what it was. Yeah. But she looks really good. And I'm happy she's just feeling herself now.
Brian May, speaking of concerts, Brian May was at Coachella. He's the Queen guitarist from like the original Queen from back in the day. He is on stage with Benson Boone, and Benson Boone is singing, I think it's Bohemian Rhapsody. Let's check it out. Okay, that's kind of cool. Ed Sheeran has a secret Letterboxd account, which apparently is where you go to review movies. Why?
No one knows I have a letterbox, but I do have a letterbox.
We explain.
Well, I just review movies online for myself, just to log them, just to see what I've watched.
Okay.
It's just for funsies.
And the Breakfast Club from 40 years ago, all the stars have reunited. And I think the person speaking here is Emilio Estevez.
This one felt special. It's here in Chicago where we made the film. It obviously the 40th anniversary, and it just felt like it was time. I heard this. Somebody told me that Molly said, "Well, does Amelia just not like us?" And I thought, and that broke my heart.
Have you seen Breakfast Club?
Oh, yeah.
Have you? Jenny, have you seen it?
Of course.
Vaughn?
I've seen it. You want to know what's crazy? You said 40 years, and I was like, no, it's only 1985. And then I was like, whoa, 40 years ago.
I know. Who's lost 200 pounds? It's Jelly Roll.
You looks like you lost a person. Congratulations. Do you mind giving an update on where you started and where you are now?
I started at 540 pounds. I'm 357 pounds this morning, baby. I'm going to lose another 100 pounds and go skydiving with my wife in Sweden, baby.
It's a lot. He was a big boy. I didn't realize he was over 500 pounds.
Which is that's a lot. So good for him for losing 200 pounds.
That is crazy.
That's
That is
impressive.
The Dirt, brought to you by 612 Injured, Heimer and Lammer's Injury Law. We'll be back in a minute on KDWB. Vant going to stir the pot. Remember, you are never more than 30 minutes away from Kendrick and SZA. Hang on to win your tickets from KDWB. Don't move. Don't move. Stay right there.
Summer's right around the corner, which means you're getting out those tank tops, shorts, and swimsuits. Yes, you're busy, but you still want to look and feel your best without downtime, drama, or guesswork. And you expect efficiency and you expect results.
The solution is Ideal Image. Call Ideal Image today and get promo pricing and special offers on laser hair removal, injectables, cool sculpting, and more. 1-800-BE-IDEAL or find them online, idealimage.com.
Think of the time you can save with laser hair removal. You get back that time spent shaving and you'll look great. Plus, get up to 84% off laser hair removal at Ideal Image.
Ideal Image is the nation's leader in med spa services. Their laser hair removal treatments are quick, comfortable, and done by licensed medical professionals who know exactly what they're doing.
20 years experience, 20 million treatments performed, and over 60,000 five-star reviews.
1-800-BE-IDEAL.
Or idealimage.com.
Tell them Dave and Jenny sent you.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Find out what everyone's talking about. Get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
You have a plan for your business and a vision for its future. So it's important to have a banking partner that works to understand all of your goals and what it will take to help you reach them. Work with a banker who is dedicated to listening first and providing insightful, personalized advice that's right for you and your business. Work with Bremer Bank, because understanding is everything. Put us to work for you today at bremer.com.
Here's to sweet summer days together with friends and family in Wisconsin. To discovering magic in every moment.
Come on, over here.
And to reconnecting through a world filled with wonder.
Wow.
Here's to supper club celebrations and dancing until the sun goes down. Here's to those who Wisconsin. Plan your summer getaway at travelwisconsin.com.
Open the door to savings with beautiful Mastercraft doors at Menards. Mastercraft steel entry doors add security and improve the appearance of your home. Choose from our huge in-stock selection or design your door your way with our free step-by-step design program. Online or in-store. Save big on Mastercraft doors at Menards. And check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for more great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Friend calls me and said, "Do you got the number for Zero Res?" I said, "Yeah, it's really simple." Why? What happened? They said, "Well, we got new furniture. When we moved the old furniture off the carpet, there was a giant clean spot where the couch and the love seat and recliner used to be." I said, "I gotcha. 9520 Res." I said, "When you call, make sure you ask for the KDWB 3-room special, which gets you 3 rooms of carpet clean starting at $119. And by the way, they can also take $75 off your air duct cleaning as well, because that's very important. The air ducts are like the lungs of your home. And if they're dirty, your indoor air quality suffers." They said, "Okay, cool." Also, you can find them online, zeroresminnesota.com. But get your spring cleaning done and jump early on that with the big savings and priority booking by calling the heroes over at Zero Res. 952-ZERO-RES or zeroresminnesota.com. Say you want that KDWB special. Zero Res, spell it backward or forward, it spells the same.
What a season it's been for Minnesota Wild hockey. Get to XL Energy Center now before the regular season concludes to take in the excitement one more time.
Straight for Boldy in front. He scores!
Catch the Minnesota Wild in action during the best part of the season. Be there to bring the noise as they battle for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Get your tickets today at wild.com/hockey tickets.
I'm Tiffany, founder of Harlem Pilates. When I couldn't find Pilates in my neighborhood, I started a studio from my studio apartment. Chase Inc. helped me grow from 1 Pilates studio to 3. Because when you start small, you're going to need some big help.
With the Chase Inc. Business Cash Card, you can earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by J.P. Morgan Chase Bank. NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
No than 1 hour. Tracy, these free air conditioners are flying like hot dishes.
We're helping so many people.
They buy a new high-efficiency furnace from Northern 1 Hour.
Saving up to $6,000 right there.
Then we help them get all their tax credits and rebates.
Saving another $2,000 or $3,000. But there's only 3 weeks left.
We can still help more people save up to $9,000.
Give me the bullhorn. Free AC when you purchase a furnace by April 30th.
And experience the Northern 1 Hour way. Details at northern1hour.com.
KDWB-FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Get ready for spring with Snap Fitness. They've got locations everywhere. It's open 24/7, so it's convenient for you. They get an amazing, helpful staff, state-of-the-art equipment, so find your location and get ready to move your mood at snapfitness.com.
Did you know that there are more than 300 runners from the Twin Cities area competing in this year's Boston Marathon, presented by Bank of America? For some, running Boston is a bucket list experience. Others are determined to break a personal record, but thousands of runners are doing it for a good cause. Together, we can help them raise money and make a difference. So find a runner, help a cause. Give if you can at BofA.com/help a cause. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, presenting partner of the Boston Marathon. References to charitable organizations are not an endorsement by Bank of America Corporation. Copyright 2025.
In-betweens are made for pizza. In between meals, meetings, thoughts, that's pizza time. Stop at Speedway and get 2 hot, delicious slices of pizza and a Mountain Dew 20-ounce for $5 with Speedy Rewards. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 4/29/25. See app for full terms.
Good morning. We've got an accident 94 westbound at Snelling on the right. Traffic heavy westbound from Snelling to Huron. Eastbound tight from the Lowry Hill Tunnel to Huron. On 494, slow eastbound from West Bush Lake to France and westbound Cedar to 35W. 694 heavy westbound Long Lake to East River. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Luther Brookdale Mitsubishi.
Luther Brookdale Mitsubishi, up to $3,000 auto show bonus cash. Great warranty, gas and car wash discounts, complimentary service package. Exclusively at Luther Brookdale Mitsubishi. See dealer for details. Brookdale-Mitsubishi.com.
Follow the show on Instagram. Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Well, I'll be back, kids. Stupendous. Oh, boy, do I gotta go. Open the door here. Oh, pull down my pants. Oh. I'm in here. Busy right now. Oh. Barney! Barney! Come out, Barney! Will you just wait a minute? Oh, that was stupendous. Oops, here comes another one. Wait, my little dinosaur butt there. Coming! Here it comes, kids!
Dave's 20-something original bangs from 13 original colonies. He courted them, kissed them, and now we'll name them one by one, including some he impregnated. There was Christy, April, Kathy, and Candy. She burned down a daycare. Joan and Cricket, yes, her name is Cricket, Debbie, and another Debbie. Julie, yes, that Julie, but there was also another Julie. Kim and Kelly, another Kathy, was a hooker in Vegas. Linda, Mary, Vicky had a mohawk. Melanie, Melissa, Stephanie, Nancy sold ashtrays at state fairs. Tammy cheated on him with an Air Force cadet and a woman. Vanessa smelled bad, and we can't forget Patty.
Mr. Kiddo. He looks a little bit like the guy from Incredibles and a little bit like a surfer dude. So he's got cooler hair and he's younger, but he looks a lot like Mr. Incredible. And this is the song sung by kids for Kiddo's cereal, part of a nutritious breakfast.
This is Kid Spot.
Introducing Kiddos. Hi, kids. I'm Mr. Kiddo. You're going to love my new cereal just for kids. Sugary sweet O's that are full of vitamins. Yeah, vitamins. Part of a nutritious breakfast, Kiddos.
I love the Kid Spot version. I really appreciate that.
Much.
Really added a
Thank
touch. All right, Vaughn, we'll go to you next. You're the mascot for a fresh new cereal. You got to sell lots of cereal, appeal to the kids of the world. What kind of mascot are you? What kind of cereal are you selling? And what song plays in your commercial?
Well, kids love gummy bears. They're fruity, probably not healthy at all. But if cereal was healthy, nobody would buy it. So they're little gummy bears that are crunchy.